You're gonna love this.
What is up, everybody? Back again with another video. It's been a while, I know, for this shot. It has been too long. And that is much better. Wait, what is missing? There's something really missing here. There we go. Alright, guys, so I know I haven't been, first thing I want to get into is I haven't really been posting for a while, really. For some reason, I've had things I've had to do throughout the week, whether it be small, big, you know, but the storm held me back from making picks last week, I believe. But, yeah, guys, I'm sorry. Ready to get into the picks right now, though I did miss the Thursday night game. As usual, I do apologize again. And quickly, one thing I wanted to address, if you guys have been paying attention to the channel, I have been posting something recently that I've started on my channel called the Madden Tournament. But all the people that are hating on my friend Marley for, you know, commenting no, or saying no comment, you know, first off, you need to shut your mouths. Because, let's face it, even Cam Newton, a veteran player in the NFL, went to the Super Bowl, lost, and said no comment, or walked out of the press conference. It hurts losing. It hurts losing even worse than the championship. All you Alabama fans know what I'm talking about. But the point of it is you can't just call out somebody because they respond to a certain situation that way. Nobody likes losing, man. All right, that's just that. I guess so. And I do believe he corrected it in the comment section below. You guys can check back on that. Dominator, I do appreciate your support, but you gotta knock off the disrespect, man. Alright, so let's get right into the picks anyway. Here we go. Game 1, Thursday night. I believe it was the Chargers at home against the Denver Broncos. Trevor Siemian starting, coming off an injury. Chargers get the win. I was so glad that this happened because I'm getting sick and tired of seeing Denver fans all over Facebook running their mouths saying how their team's the best year in and year out. No, you're not. You're not going to be this year either because Peyton Manning's not there. So, Broncos lose, Chargers win. Chargers are 2-4. Broncos are now 4-2. And now we go into the next game. All right, we've got the Eagles going to Washington. The Eagles are coming off a bye week. They're coming off their first loss after the bye week to the Detroit Lions, which should really help the team moving forward, knowing that you can't sleep on anybody in the NFL. You know, any team's going to play you hard. Doesn't matter if they're good or bad or the top or the worst. You know, so, but I like the Redskins in this game. It's NFC East class. I think the Redskins have won, you know, at least one out of the two every time they've played the Eagles if they haven't swept them. And the Redskins are finding their firepower. I believe they've won 3 in a row. So they're really going to be hard to put out now, especially with a team coming off a loss to a team like the Lions, who's not expected to be a contender this year, except for the #1 draft pick. It is what it is. Yeah, give me the Redskins in that case. Next up, we've got the Steelers going to Miami to take on the train wreck of a franchise called the Miami Dolphins. Now, this is a team that literally played the Cleveland Browns and almost lost to them. Are you freaking kidding me? You almost lose to the Browns, the team that's 0-5 and probably going to get the #1 draft pick again. The team that stays in the top 5 of draft picks year in and year out. And you almost lose to them. You didn't win. Your only win. And it was in Miami, so, you know, give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, any team could beat the Dolphins right now. They haven't shown me anything. If they're not winning on offense, they're losing on defense. I mean, if they're winning on offense, they're losing on defense. If they're winning on defense, they're losing on offense. So, it's just a mess of a franchise. Ryan Tannehill still refuses to step up and be the man that everybody in that locker room wants him to be. So you're going to lose ball games. Next, all right, we've got the Jaguars going to Chicago to take on the horrible Bears. So don't get me wrong. The Bears are one of the greatest franchises ever in the history of the sport. Doesn't mean they're the greatest team now. No, far from it. The Bears are horrible. And it's all thanks to their quarterback also, Jay Cutler, who's not even playing right now because he gets benched for the backup quarterback who, I'm not even sure what his name is. Brian Hoyer? No, I don't know who he is. I still don't know. So, Chicago's at home. Home field advantage. That's the only advantage I have in this game. The Jaguars are winning this game. They're going to beat up the backup quarterback for the Bears. They're going to beat up that horrible offensive line. Their pass attack is going to run all over the sorry, beat up, injured Chicago Bears secondary and defense as a whole. I've got the Jaguars winning this game by double digits. Next, alright, we've got the Cleveland Browns going to Tennessee to take on the freaking Titans. Give me the Titans. This game sounds boring. The Browns are horrible. The Titans do have some sort of an offense, unlike the Browns. The Browns are 0-5. They're not winning this game. That's simple. Next game. We've got the Cincinnati Bengals going to New England and Foxborough to take on the Patriots. Tom Brady returned from suspension last week. Week 5. Everybody's expecting him to play with anger, play with hatred. He was playing the freaking Browns, the Cleveland Browns, the freaking Browns. And he wins the game. He plays great. He plays great, of course. He says it's a normal work day for him. Well, Tom Brady, we're very glad that you had a great day today and that you succeeded in all you did against the Browns. A lot of people say, don't put them down just because they're the Browns. No, I'm putting them down because there's no discipline on this freaking team. Year in and year out, they disappoint me. I'm not even a fan. They disappoint all the Cleveland fans. What's the point going to the games and tailgating? What's the point going to the games and trying to sell out the crowd and get a home field advantage? What is the point in Cleveland? Somebody please tell me. Browns losing this game. Patriots are playing the Cincinnati Bengals at New England in Foxborough. The Bengals are off to a horrible start in the season ever since they beat my Jets. The Bengals play... Oh, by the way, another thing I'm missing something else from this video. What could it be, though? Oh, there it is. So, where are we at? Yeah, the freaking Patriots are going to beat the Bengals. Next game. We got the San Francisco 49ers. Correct to me. We've got Colin Kaepernick going to Buffalo to play Rex Ryan and the Buffalo Bills. West Coast to East Coast. Apparently it doesn't freaking matter. Because last game the Bills went all the way to the West Coast to play the LA Rams and still dominated them. The Seattle Seahawks went to New York. All the way from Washington to Jersey. New York. And they beat the crap out of us. I don't understand. I mean, we all expect week in and week out it's going to be tough to travel no matter where you go. But when you're switching time zones, you expect it to be worse. I haven't seen it this year. So, that being said, Colin Kaepernick's first starting job, I believe, since 2013. His first game starting with the 49ers. Since the year after they won the Super Bowl, I believe. I like the 49ers in this game. I for one, as a Jets fan, know that Rex Ryan tends to get a hot head and a big head after he wins ball games. Particularly New England's game, which I thought they would carry over to the Rams game last week. Obviously it didn't. They've got an even bigger head now. Rex Ryan's going to be like, oh, this should be an easy when we've got a guy coming in, A lot of people don't know this about Rex Ryan. He runs his mouth way too much in the media, but a lot of people don't know that Rex Ryan says the exact same thing to his team behind the set. Exact same thing. He gets them all hyped up, and for what? Year after year, it's either 8-8, no playoffs, or a wild card. 20% of the time it's wild card. Usually it's 8-8 or miss the playoffs. So that being said, Rex is going to have a big head in this game, and the 49ers are going to win. Colin Kaepernick is going to do very well in the season debut. I tip my hat to Colin Kaepernick for standing for what he believes in. 49ers win this game. Next up, we've got the Ravens going to the Meadowlands to play the Giants. 1 week before they go to the Meadowlands again to play my Jets. I like the Giants in this ball game. The Ravens are falling apart on all sides of the football. What the heck happened to this offense? Everybody blamed the 4-12 season last year from the Ravens on Flacco being out, Forsett being out, and I believe one of the receivers out, Toy Smith or something like that was out. What happened? Or Steve Smith was out. What happened? You got them all back. Forsett's on another team now. You cut him because he played so bad. What is going on with this offense? They just fired their offensive coordinator, I believe, Monday, the day after, and hired Marty Mortonwig, the guy that the Jets used to have. Good freaking luck with him. He is the least aggressive type of coach you're ever going to find in the offensive playbook, and that's what the Ravens have been lacking is aggressiveness on the offensive side of the football. I like the freaking Giants in this game. It's too much of a concern for their defense that is going to have to cover Odell Beckham, Victor Cruz. Too many people to cover with the Giants. Eli Manning is going to toss 4 touchdowns in this game. The Ravens are going to lose 38-20 at the most. That's just what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. And then they're going to come back to Meadowlands to face my Jets, which should be an interesting game. I'll get that later. So like the Giants. Next up, we've got the Los Angeles Rams going to Detroit to play the Lions. This is actually a really, really tough game to call. Both teams that are probably going to be in the top 10 draft picks this year. Maybe the loser really wins this game. Give me the Lions at home. The Lions at home should win the game. I mean, let's talk about the Rams for a second here. You went out and got a number 1 draft pick. You had the number 1 overall pick in the draft. I believe it was a trade. And you drafted a quarterback named Jared Goff, who was the best quarterback in the draft. And he's not even starting. Are you freaking kidding me? How do you expect to win ball games when you let your number 1 draft pick sit on the bench? Rams are going to lose this game. I don't care about how many. I just know they're going to lose because they deserve to lose. And they're trash. And they let the Buffalo Bills go wild on them last week. The only team my Jets beat. Lions win that game. Alright, next up we've got the Panthers going to the Superdome to take on the New Orleans Saints in an NFC South showdown. Cam Newton's supposed to be returning from his injury this game, and apparently the Panthers are loving it. He's cleared from concussion, ready to play. It doesn't freaking matter. The Saints are going to win this ball game. Drew Brees is at an unstoppable level. I think they're coming off a bye also. The Saints are coming off a bye. Brandon Cooks is a beast. Drew Brees has a weapon at his disposal. He has other weapons at his disposal all around him. They don't got Jimmy Graham anymore, but so what? You got Drew Brees as a quarterback, you're going to win ball games. And I like the matchup at home. Panthers are banged up. Drew Brees is going to take advantage of that horrible secondary the Panthers have. All sits there. Let little Josh Norman get away. Runs his mouth as much as he does. He's a good football player, and you let him go. Saints win this game. Next up, we've got the Chiefs going to take on the Raiders in Oakland in an AFC West showdown. As much as I hate both of these teams because my Jets always lose to both of them, usually, I got to root for the Raiders in this game, actually. I don't think the Chiefs have enough to slow down. You know, outside of Arrowhead, they're not playing in Arrowhead. They're playing in Oakland's house. That's been there for years, decades. I like Oakland's offense in this ballgame. There's too much firepower. How do you stop it? There's too much. How do you hold Amari Cooper, Michael Crabtree, Latavius Murray, and Derek Carr, who can do anything? They're an almost unstoppable offense. I like the Raiders in this ballgame. At home, they beat